What you mean and what you say, 'cause to me this ain't a game on the court or in the rain.
She said that one of her early interviews, the goal was always WWE to become a household name. Jade Cargill, the newest woman, the strong black woman on the roster. We just getting more of them. She even said the goal was always WWE. So essentially, AEW is basically a developmental. If somebody pops, they leave anyway.
That's and Dave. There's no look at the examples, right? In WWE, they're gonna give you the characters and they're gonna make you go up against larger than life type characters, so you can learn from them, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what's killing the AEW. That's why she said what she said. I can be bigger than big if I'm here, not staying right there in AEW, because all they're gonna do is just be like, oh, okay, you got a dream match with this girl, and we barely even know this girl too. They're gonna try to call it a dream match.
Real talk.
And that's the most they're gonna do.
Real talk. That's
the most they're gonna do. They're not gonna hook up your merch like that. They're not gonna give you the promo time like that. They're not gonna let you build on anything like that.
They're not gonna get you on ESPN first take.
They're not gonna right. They're not gonna make you do rounds around all the biggest radio stations like that. Like in all the biggest TV sports shows like that. Like these things add to your character.
Right.
They help you with your character. This guy doesn't understand any of that, bro. He doesn't understand any of that, and he refuses to hire people who do.
I know. And honestly, he has a few people working for him. I don't understand why he doesn't get their help. Jim Ross. I do scratch my head. I don't know if JR wants to, but why haven't you asked JR to help you more? That guy has so much wrestling knowledge. He's forgotten more wrestling than most people can remember in a lifetime. I don't know why JR is not more actively involved in creative.
Or back when you had William, you could ask William to help you. Instead of talking all this trash about Eric Bischoff, why don't you ask him to help?
Right. And he didn't. Eric doesn't even necessarily need to work under you as a contract. You could have, played your cards right, get his number, and talk to him on the side and pick his brain. But you wanted to start beef instead.
Then he refuses to get the people who do, and he really thinks that what he's doing now is top quality. It's killing me.
I don't want to get off topic, but speaking of ESPN First Take, it caught my head. Did you catch I think it was before SummerSlam, but did you catch that episode when Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns went there? Because when you said it adds to your character, that it took me back to when Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman went there. Did you see that masterpiece with Heyman and Stephen A? Paul Heyman was schooling Stephen A that day, bro, verbally, yo. That is how it's done, and only people like WWE can do it like that. They were being themselves, but they were doing it in a way that added to their personas on TV the entire time. And they never broke character, but they never were fully in character either. It was great. Paul Heyman on that was more.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you're supposed to use. That's how you monetize those big places you can go. That's outside the WWE realm.
They want to be a manager,
right? And notice how every question he was asking Roman was answering it still like the tribal chief. Like,
yeah, but still being a human at the same time, a professional. Yeah,
like he just kept making it clear, like, yo, I run WWE. I'm the man, dog.
Yeah.
This is mine. This is my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just kept that going the whole time, and then having Heyman to add on what he was adding on.
It was a great segment. It was a great segment.
Ever he's gonna do this because he got me. That's what you do. That's what you do. Yeah. Like you if you can't do things like that, and even Eric was doing things like that back in his time.
Mm-hmm.
When he went and called Dennis Rodman,
that was big.
We put Dennis Rodman with called Karl Malone, had them on the Jay Leno show. Use that to start off a program. Come on now. This is what you do. Like, if you can't do things like that, don't ever compare yourself to WWE. It's insulting. It really is.
The most Tony's done, he bought Shaq and Mike Tyson, and WWE already did that. He bought them when they were ancient, and they already did that, bro. Like, and he did bring Rick Ross. I'll give him that. Rick Ross was funny. I'll give him that. That was it was something. It was a little entertaining segment.
The problem is, David, you're bringing them just and not trying to further anything while you're bringing them. You're
just bringing them to bring them.
Do it to add on one of your storylines. Do it to add on one of your young guys. Do something, or one of your top guys. Something like that.
I wanna refocus back on Jade. You think she needs the NXT system to get comfortable, get her legs underneath, or is she somebody you want to sink or swim, see how she does on the main roster, debut her instantly either on Raw or SmackDown? What do you think's the best fit on handling her?
No, I would NXT her for a few months.
You would NXT her? Okay.
I would.
I am mad at that.
Yeah, I wouldn't just debut her right away because I feel like she definitely needs to get slightly more polishing before I put her in the ring with a Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair. Like I think she needs to get more gears running before she can just step in and do programs with these people.
So let's start with the Damian Lillard trade. It took a 3-team trade. Everybody, thought potentially, I know I did. I thought the Heat would get a little more aggressive.
I don't see why it can't be the whole league because you added Dame, who still can be considered from like a two-way point guard type of situation, where somebody who can still pass and do passing duties and do a lot of the scoring duties. So you add that with Giannis, who's a nuclear weapon down low. Plus, you still have Chris Middleton, who always has a great 2 cents. You have Brooke Lopez, who's still old, effective. Only was one of the candidates for defensive player of the year. I put him right there as East and West. It's a big problem for both sides of the corner.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know you can't win games on paper, but how can you not put this team as the favorites? I mean, I still respect Denver because they are the rightful defending champs, but Denver didn't really make any moves to add any role players or to diversify the roster. So I have to say the Bucks are the current favorites in the league. But I wish Denver did a little bit of moves. It didn't need to be nothing crazy, but I wish they retooled a little bit. They lost Bruce Brown. They lost Jeff Green, who contributed very well. But I think Bucks are the favorites in the league big time. But this now brings us to the breaking news that happened today. The Portland flipped Drew Holiday because they want just young players that they fit their young rebuilding timeline. So they wanted to get rid of Jude to a contender. They sent him to the Celtics for Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams, a 2024 first-round pick, and a 2029 unprotected pick for Drew Holiday. Now Drew Holiday is in Boston. Sammy, does this make the Celtics neck and neck with the Bucks now? It's clearly a 2-team race in the East. It's Boston and the Bucks and everybody else, but how close does this make the Celtics to the Bucks?
I'm not gonna lie. I like the move, but here's why I think they still need a lot of improvement, and here's why I still think exploited, right, Dave? You just traded Robert. Now you just basically put down your big man depth even worse than it already was, because you got a Big Al who's hanging on for dear life, and then now you gotta basically put all your chips on Kristaps Porzingis,
right?
Who's always known for being in and out for some type of
right. That's a real concern.
It's a real concern. So I still see people like Giannis, having his way down there. And then you still got, Lopez, who around the same age part, he's still a down there. So I don't see them really matching up very well with the Bucks. I just don't see it. Now, can they possibly shut me up because of the Drew Holiday factor? I think it's possible. I think it's possible.